I remove the letter inside and read it to him in a whisper. Beware Penumbra. Ian Chesterton and Miss Wright were in danger but survived. Ben Jackson and I were kidnapped but escaped. Other fellow travellers may not have been so lucky. You may be next. And then it's signed Polly Wright. Mike frowns darkly. Is it some sort of threat? I put the letter away. Quite the opposite. It's a warning. Something to do with former companions of you-know-who. This Polly person obviously knows about Nest Cottage, even if she doesn't know who's currently living there. I've heard the doctor mention all those names before, so I've been trying to track them down, plus any other people he used to travel with. But other than finding a few vague references to Joe Grant and Sarah Jane Smith, I've drawn a blank. Mike looks troubled as he digests this. And you think I can help? The internet can only get me so far, I admit. When it comes to researching anything to do with the doctor and his activities, I imagine you could get access to some more obscure records. Mike pushes his scone away from him miserably. I'm sorry, Mrs Wibbsey, but it's a no-can-do, I'm afraid. They won't let me anywhere near their secret stuff. Not since my trouble all those years ago. Ah, yes. He told me once all about his trouble. A rather wild tale to do with wicked machines and prehistoric monsters. I never quite caught the gist of it, but I gather Mike disgraced himself rather badly. And besides, he goes on, Unit itself seems to have, well, not gone out of business exactly, but it appears to have gone to ground somewhat. I'm not sure what they're up to. As we finish our afternoon tea, I sigh, realizing that the upshot is that I'm pretty much on my own with this investigation. The thing is, Mike, I'm only just waking up to how many friends and companions the doctor has had over the years. He chuckles at this. Yes, it makes one feel rather less special when one realizes, eh? I glare at him. Not really. But what I'm thinking is, if we're all in danger, if we're all being targeted in some way. He stares at me. Targeted? By whom? I squinch my lips and am suddenly itching to get back to my notes. I don't know, but I'm determined to find out. I glance out of the window and see the snow falling more heavily than ever. I suggest we head back across the green. Once we're outdoors in our big coats, I confide in him about another recent happening. In fact, a haunting. I don't use that word lightly. I've experienced enough strange and spooky things as a result of knowing the doctor, so I know not to take anything at face value. But even so, what am I expected to make of a ghostly voice calling out at 3 o'clock in the morning? Rattling and rolling down the chimney piece and drifting up the staircase? It was a few weeks ago now, I tell Mike as we go arm in arm. One minute I was fast asleep, and the next I was stumbling out onto the landing with my heart beating so hard the voice was echoing off the walls. But its words were crystal clear.
I'm sending my message to the doctor. I'm flinging my feelings, my thoughts, my life essence out into the vortex. I am sending everything I am and everything I've ever been out through time and space.
We've reached my garden gate. I can see Mike turning things over in his memory. Bessie? I don't recall anybody by that name. I mean,